Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Today we'll be looking over the top 5 things I believe Black Ops Cold War zombies will need in order to be successful. A few things to keep in mind when watching this video is that as of now zombies has not been confirmed, meaning there is a possibility that this video would be pointless. But let's not think about that outcome. For this list I picked things that I would like to see in Black Ops Cold War zombies, and while most of these things are things 90% of people want, some might be a bit iffy. There will also be an honorable mentions bit towards the end, so let's get into it. Beginning this list at number 5, we have good Easter eggs. What do I define as a good Easter egg? Well, for an Easter egg to be good, it should have an even amount of easy and challenging steps, with a low amount of tedious steps. One of my all-time favorite Easter eggs is the Rise Jock Easter egg, as it has some super cool moments, like Dempsey falling from the sky, yet it has some moments that can be challenging to your average player. One of these moments would be the memorization game to get Dempsey from the sky. Although to most players it seems like an easy step, you need to remember a certain order of symbols, put in the right one, whilst training a horde of zombies and hellhounds, and potentially listening out for the rocket test if you're doing the rocket test game. In fact, in this gameplay I have that happen. While I like steps like this, keeping an even amount of easy and challenging steps will help make Easter eggs a little more entertaining. To continue on, I also believe that Treyarch should continue with putting boss fights as the ending of Easter eggs, as they always brought in a chaotic feel, yet they usually left you pretty satisfied after beating it. I think that if Cold War maps have Easter eggs that are fun to casual players, great to speedrun for the hardcore players, and it has memorable moments, then Black Ops Cold War could have a great chance of succeeding. At number 4, we have good movement. When it comes down to movement, I'd prefer if we saw a similar movement in Cold War that we saw in BO3. I know that a large amount of the community wants the old Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 movement that had dolphin diving, but I felt that Black Ops 3's movement was much smoother and actually played a large part in Black Ops 3's game. I know it was also in Black Ops 4, but that game's iteration of Black Ops 3's movement wasn't great and killed off the big factor that movement had in Black Ops 3. If we see Black Ops 3 movement reintroduced into Cold War, then it would also be great. Moving to number 3, we have individual perk machines. What do I mean by this? Well, in all zombies games except BO4, each perk got its own machine. Juggernaut's machine was always the skinny red and white perk machine. Speed Cola was always a wider machine with green and white colors, and Double Tap was wide like Speed Cola, but was a golden brown, and so on. I feel perk machines need to be reintroduced. While I understand that having one perk machine for every perk in BO4 would be horrendous for the game's performance, you could have introduced the Wonder Fizz machine. When it comes down to Cold War, Treyarch should revert back to the way the perk system was, even if they still want to get rid of crutch perks like Jug, Speed Cola, etc. Reintroduce individual perk machines and the Wonder Fizz, and Treyarch will be on a good path. For the runner-up, we have good finished maps. On BO4's launch day, we saw a good example of quantity over quality, as we received 4 maps on launch day, and only 2 were good, those being Classified and 9. Something Treyarch should consider is putting more effort into the maps they make. Now, what do I consider a finished map? Well, I consider a finished map to be one with limited amounts of bugs, performance issues, and anything that could ruin one's experience of a map. If we were to receive a launch day similar to BO3's or even BO1's, then that would be great. Like imagine this, you load up Cold War and see a larger, more complex map than a smaller, more simple map. It would be a fantastic way of satisfying the crowd, as you'd be giving a map that satisfied the hardcore community whilst giving casual players an easy map. With that being said, let's take a look at the number 1 spot. As the final spot, we have Buildables. I'm sure this has become a staple for zombies, whether you like it or not, but I'm hoping we see them in the future. The addition of these Buildables were great, and honestly, they help make the game mode more fun and even more entertaining. An example of a Buildable I want to see in Cold War would be the Zombie Shield, although I hope they introduce some newer ones in the future. If they add 2 or 3 of these into the game, I'm sure they'll have a good zombies game on their hands. Now that we've gotten that out of the way, let's take a look at the honorable mentions. To begin, it would be the inclusion of some casual items. I think a great example of this would be the new BO4 perk, Secret Sauce. Another one that'd be cool to see would be the return of zombie modes like Grief. I'm sure some tweaking to the game mode could make it a great one, and honestly, I'd welcome its return. The final thing I would want to see is the added effects if you grabbed a carpenter power up and max ammos. If you don't know what I'm talking about, in BO4, if you grabbed a carpenter power up, it would not only repair every barrier on the map, but it would also fully repair your shield. With the max ammo, if you grabbed it, it would reload all of your weapons and give you full ammo. The return of these would also be appreciated. Well, that wraps up the list. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please drop a like, and if you want more content from me, consider subscribing. I'm going to be uploading more content with the release of Cold War, so I hope you are ready. With that being said, I hope you all have a great day. I'm out. Peace.